Hey, this is David Lindell with Utopia's investment team, and I'm glad to be sitting down here with Lord Moonjal, who is our CEO, to discuss the company and our new investment platform. Could you please introduce yourself, Lord?
Oh, sure, David. Good to see you here, David. About me, everyone, I'm the co-founder, CEO of Utopia Homes, and we are a fintech company using the rails of technology to make home ownership accessible to all on one side, and to also provide good quality, consistent, inflation beating returns to our investors on the other side. About my past background, I launched and scaled another tech company for the last 8 years and then got an exit out of it. Prior to that, I was in banking industry, worked with Bank of America Merrill Lynch, and then with Citibank, where I got the opportunity to see this problem firsthand, whereby many customers are not able to get a mortgage, although they are very deserving candidates, and also the fact that retail investors uh, don't want to take as much risk as they end up taking with stock markets. They want something which leads to principal preservation and good, consistent dividend payments to them. So with Utopia, we are solving both sides of this problem, which has been here for many, many decades. Academically speaking, I'm an MBA from Indiana University, Bloomington, CFA charter holder from CFA Institute, and then advanced management from Harvard Business School. Happy to address any questions that you may have for me on this platform.
Thank you for that. So Utopia really is an innovative company that is taking rent-to-own fractional ownership in these rental properties with this joint mission, and that is to make home ownership more accessible and also simplify the real estate investment side because people are really looking for, a way to deal with rising interest rates, economic uncertainty, and the stock markets and things like this. So for aspiring homeowners, Utopia is helping them to get into those dream homes. And for investors, this is truly a passive approach for them to have access to the best real estate markets. Um, could you elaborate a little bit on the benefits of investing with Utopia?
Excellent question, David. So our viewers will be very keen to know that there are a lot of amazing benefits of investing with Utopia as we get the SEC approval. That's why the platform is only open for you all to come and be added to the wait list so that when we get the SEC approval, we can have another webinar with you guys, address any specific questions that you all may have, and then give you the platform and the opportunity to invest with Utopia. But in terms of benefits, there are multiple benefits. Benefit one is that we are making home ownership accessible to all the people who cannot otherwise get a mortgage. These are the people who have good credit, but maybe not great credit. These are also the people who are having some down payment to make, but maybe not enough to get a mortgage. Think about all the firefighters, police professionals, school teacher, USPS employees, early stage nurses or chiropractors. We make homeownership accessible to all these professionals as well as self-employed people because we feel that many of them are treated unfairly by the current mortgage system, which looks at where you are coming from when Utopia looks at where you're going to. Now, talking specifically about the benefits for the investors. So first benefit is that we are investing in single family homes. If you look at the growth trajectory of single family homes in terms of appreciation as well as rental yield increases year over year, you would see that this asset class has performed exceptionally well. So our investors can gain from one, rental yield, two, annual appreciation of these single family homes because our country is experiencing a huge shortage of starter homes, and this shortage is not going to go anywhere anytime soon. The second benefit is that because it's rent-to-own platform, our customers are thankful for getting them their own utopias and are happy to pay a slightly higher rate than the market rents in the neighborhood. And the reason is that they know that at some point of time, they would ultimately own these properties. So a higher rental yield is amenable to them. Second, because these customers would become homeowners ultimately of these properties, they have the owner mindset. Because of this owner mindset or psychology, the wear and tear of the property is far less because they treat it like their own. So that benefit also gets passed on to our investors because of lower repair and maintenance expenses on Utopia properties than any other company having pure rental properties. The third benefit, is that our properties get occupied by the customers from day one. So unlike a typical landlord who buys the property, or a typical REIT, real estate investment trust, which buys the property and then puts the market out in the market for the customers to look at. In our case, we already have a dedicated customer who moves into the property on day one after closing. Hence, the rental yield starts way sooner with Utopia program. The fourth benefit is the social impact that our investors are creating by investing in Utopia platform, because at the end of the day, you are making one family become a homeowner, which otherwise would not have become a homeowner. This gives this family the opportunity to have a stable, neighborhood where they can build the family or grow the family. Kids go to the same school for a long period of time without getting uprooted every year or so. So fantastic social benefit with great returns is what we are selling to our investors. And we strongly encourage you to come register on the platform, which is on utopiahomes.us. And as you get added to the wait list, we would let you know as soon as our approvals come through from SEC, so that you can start investing on the platform.
Amazing. And so you mentioned how Utopia really is a win-win, both for investors and these aspiring homeowners, how it's helping these individuals who have really fallen through the cracks in the traditional system, who've been denied mortgages and home ownership, how it's helping them reach their goal, while also representing a tremendous opportunity for investors. One thing a lot of investors are going to be asking about is, how does this compare to traditional real estate investment? And Utopia is obviously solving a lot of these barriers that investors face, from operational responsibilities, property selection, tenant management, and diversification. Could you talk a little bit first about how Utopia handles the tenant selection process so that the investors don't have to?
Sure. So we have a very robust, very tight underwriting process and tenant selection process. As customers come and apply for Utopia program, it's very seamless. It takes only 3 to 5 minutes for the customer to come and apply. Our underwriting team looks at each and every application in detail, and then makes a determination that who would qualify and who would not. And if a family or an individual is qualifying, then what should be their right budget so that tomorrow they can get a mortgage and become homeowners of these properties that we are buying for them. So because of this super tight underwriting process, followed by credit check, background check, criminal check, and other checks done on the individual or the family, we end up getting reasonably good quality tenants for all our properties. I'm very glad to announce that we have 100% occupancy rate and 100% on-time payment. And we have this track record going for ever since the founding of this venture. So that is a testament to the fact that our underwriting has done a fantastic job in terms of bringing in only qualified candidates who could be helped to become homeowners in 3 years or less.
Sure. So Utopia is really reaching out, especially to these underserved markets, like you mentioned. We're vetting them, small business owners, public servants, like you mentioned, underserved groups and minorities. So that's one side of it, and it's allowing the investors, access to these profitable, stable real estate markets. Can you talk a little bit about how Utopia manages its property selection process as well?
Excellent question, and very relevant to all our investors. So, two things. One, Utopia only invests in single family homes which meet our investment criteria. High level, these are builds after 1978, ready to move in properties. We do not invest in fixer uppers. We only want single family homes which are on public utilities, so no septic tank business happening with Utopia. We also have other detailed criteria, like the property has to be within 1 hour's distance from downtown and 1 hour's distance from the major international airport in Midwest and South. So Utopia is active in 26 states, and we are focusing on the bigger cities in these states where there are a lot of job opportunities, a lot of net migration coming in for these job opportunities, and the cost of homes is reasonable when compared to the coastal cities where the property prices are way too high. So these are some of the high level nuances. At a deeper level, we also look at citywide growth of the properties and how the appreciation potential is in these cities, the kind of neighborhoods where these properties are located, the kind of subdivisions where these properties are located. We also look at the HOAs where these properties are located, so that these properties are well taken care of, neighborhoods are well taken care of in the cities which have huge growth potential and are net attractant of major employers, as a result of which job market is also robust. So our investors get a diversified portfolio of these homes. Rather than you are investing in one specific home, you're investing in a pool of homes through Utopia program.
Perfect. Yeah. So Utopia is really taking a top-down approach, handpicking homes from amazing markets all the way down to the neighborhood level, down to the property details itself, so that investors can be confident in the underlying properties. And so that really ensures the best returns. Can you speak a little bit about the historical returns and what investors can expect? I'm sure they would like to hear
Sure.
this as
So
well.
historical returns for us have been in the range of 8% to 15%. And although we can't comment on the future returns, but that gives you a perspective on the range within which the expected returns would be. And not to mention the fact that, unlike a stock market, your money is reasonably secure because it's backed by the collateral of real estate. It's not going to happen that you are investing $100 as you could in a stock market, and tomorrow, because of volatility of the stock market, your $100 are $50, right? Here, you have a lot of protection in place because of collateral of real estate, because of the down payment or the option purchase premium that our customers are paying to Utopia to get these homes for them, where they have a lot of skin in the game. And not to mention the fact that the returns are par excellence with Utopia program.
Right, definitely. So I'm sure people are also wondering, who can invest? How do they get started? Is there a minimum investment? Can we speak a little bit about these issues as well?
Definitely. So once we get the SEC approval, any investor can invest in Utopia program. The minimum ticket is $100. So this way it works out for everyone's budget, and you can invest as you go along. So if you want to invest a few $100s now, a few $100s next month, or a few $1,000s now, a few $1,000s next month, and so on and so forth, you can very much do so. The dividend payment, once we roll out the program, is expected to happen every quarter. So that's how the program is getting structured as we speak. There could be minor changes between now and the time when we launch the program. And that's why we are encouraging everyone to be added to our wait list so that we can keep you abreast of the new developments, new changes on this front.
Okay, well, so can you direct these people who are interested in investing? Where can they find that wait list, and how can they be a part of this and be updated, join webinars in the future?
Definitely. So all you have to do is go to utopiahomes.us. Once you go to utopiahomes.us, you would find an investor section. You click on it, and that would show you a waitlist button. And all you have to do is enter your email and phone number to that waitlist section, and you will be added to our database. And once we launch the program, we would let you know about the next webinar. We strongly encourage you to come attend, join the virtual party, ask any questions that you may have regarding the program, regarding real estate, or anything that is capturing your mind space at that juncture.
Perfect. So if investors know where to get those updates. Is there anything else you'd like to add about Utopia?
I think we have covered pretty much everything in very broad strokes. I would just say that Utopia program is a great investment program with a huge social impact to the communities and to the cities, and to the jobs which unfortunately do not pay very, very well, like school teachers, firefighters, police professionals, early stage nurses, chiropractors. So you are not just reaping great returns, but are also helping a family which is very well deserving but cannot get a mortgage just now, to ultimately get a mortgage and become the homeowners of these properties. So
Thank you. So,
investment with a social impact is the tagline here.
so it's not just maximizing returns and building wealth, but it's really investing with a purpose, and that's really a great mission to be a part of. Thank you for your time here, and we can conclude from here. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate your time and inputs as well. We encourage you to send us an email as well if you have any questions. You can reach us on support@utopia.cx. And again, get registered on the investor platform so that we can keep you posted. Thanks again, David, for moderating this session, and look forward to seeing all our viewers on the other side when we do our live webinar.